Overwatch is full of amazing heroes, all but one, Mercy. In the comments, I would like to try and see anyone try and tell me that Mercy is the best support in the game when it is far from the truth. There are unbalanced heroes in the game such as Freya, or weaker heroes like Reinhardt. However, have you ever noticed that Mercy very rarely sees pro play? I mean, I've been sitting here talking about how Mercy is one of the worst heroes in the entire game. Not just from being unbalanced, but also to having just broken abilities. Not even abilities, in a sense, more or less fucking blue beam. Blue beam is so problematic, and I talk a lot about this on stream as to why I hate Mercy so much, because you're taking a hero that could be balanced and then making them unbalanced by just shoving a blue fucking light up their arsehole, and all of a sudden they can start one-tapping everyone on the enemy team because, oh, Mercy's staff says it. I think it's broken and busted, and there's some heroes in the game that just way surpass her as a hero. I mean, look at Anna. Anna can provide so much more value for the entire team than a Mercy can. Oh, but a Mercy can res. Mercy res is one of the worst abilities in the game, and you can't tell me otherwise. Oh, a res that takes, what, nearly 30 seconds to recover off cooldown? Like an ability that takes over 30 seconds to come off cooldown, then takes what, between 4 and 5 seconds to actually pull off the res? And even then, it's not even worth it, because if you'd pull off a bad res, that is not only just wasting your ability, but on top of that, that person has now got an additional death and could be sent back to the spawn room because of your choice. But to the people who are defending Mercy, you just don't see it. Like, supports are meant to be there to support your game. They're meant to be there to help you, or help in tough situations. Mercy's 9 times out of 10 will never have a single drip of damage on that stat board. And if they do, it'll be less than 800. I'm just saying, like, I could load up Kiri, get nearly 3k damage, but stay within the same healing ratio as my other support. Mercy is so outdated as a hero, and I think she's more there for people who are lazy and don't actually want to spend the time and commitment into aiming. Like, Mercy as a general character, for her lore and skins and whatever, is an amazing hero, but her abilities are so outdated and so outlandishly either unbalanced or just weak. It's just insane. Like, blue beam should not be a thing that's just toggleable. It should not just be a fact that you click down right click button and boom, you've now turned your Pharah into a killing machine that is nearly impossible to shoot out of the sky. She is insane, okay? And that's for every DPS hero. Like, you think Freya is broken? How about chuck a fucking blue beam onto that? At least when the difference with something like Nano is that it's temporary. It's an ultimate. You know that that hero that's been ulted, like nanoed, will shred through you. What do? You leave them alone. You run away. You try to evade them. Or you just try and dogpile them to kill them right there and then. However, Mercy, as long as Mercy's alive, that hero is just going to continuously get damage boosted. It is something that should have a resource limit to it, similar to Wu Yang, for example, with his healing. I mean, the staff is fine for healing, but for it to just straight up be allowed to change to just amp their damage up, like, Lucio has speed boost, but it isn't full unless he's using amp, you know? So it's like everyone else has some sort of balance or some sort of criteria to get a bonus effect, but Mercy's just switch over mode. And then her ultimate just makes her fly like a moth. I mean, cool, I guess. I mean, her ult is very underwhelming. I mean, yeah, she gets infinite ammo, but half the time you don't see Mercy's pulling out the Barbie blaster and starting blocking people in the head. They just kind of fly about. Like, that's all they do. Another one would be definitely her positioning. Everyone says, but Mercy has amazing positioning potential. She doesn't. She uses your positioning. Unless she's an ult, the only positioning she has is on your team. So if your team have dog shit positioning, which, let's be for real, a lot of you will have that, Mercy has to rely on either where you are currently at, meaning if nobody peels for her, she gets shot out the air and dies. Or, just gets shot in general. Or, if your team dies in a very precarious situation, all of a sudden you can't retreat back to spawn because, well, all of your team are right on the payload. It's like her ability to maneuver around people is based on either where your team is positioned currently or where they die. So that is not, like, that is nowhere near good mobility whatsoever. Like, you could be like, oh, but Ana has the worst mobility. She does, but Mercy's is like just a tiny bit better than Ana's. Like, it is nowhere near as good as what people say it is. Like, Lucio has great mobility. Alari, she has that little jump spin thing that she can do. Kiri can TP. I mean, you're looking at some other, like Brig for example, she can shield bash. Even though shield bash doesn't take you a long distance, it can still be good to get yourself out of situations that otherwise would have killed you. Genuinely, what I'm trying to say is that I believe Mercy is downright one of the worst heroes in Overwatch, the worst support, and honestly one of the most unbalanced heroes in the game. You could talk about Freya being unbalanced, but this, like, oh my god, like, at least Mercy's, like, they everything's unbalanced with them. The res is pretty fucking unbalanced, just because it's either you wait half a century for it to start up and resurrect someone, or you have blue beam, which is just straight up broken. Okay, like, I don't know how many times we've had to say this. Mercy blue beam is the most broken thing in the game, until people start realizing that a Pharah one-shotting you shouldn't exactly be, you know, a normal thing. People have just normalized it because, oh, it's Mercy. Mercy isn't that bad. Like, Mercy has decent survivability. That is it. Her healing can be absolutely fucking wiped when you go up against someone like Moira. Like, who would you rather prefer on your team? A Mercy that just sometimes blue beams you? Or would you rather a Moira who can just straight up damage the entire enemy team and just wipe them? Like, it's just a no-brainer. Honestly, I think the main reason is that like old Mercy mains are sticking onto the fact that one day she'll be meta again, or that she's got good cosmetics. Good cosmetics shouldn't be the design of a hero. You know what should make a hero good? Their fucking gameplay. Honestly, it makes me so mad when I see people defending Mercy when there's nothing to defend. You're defending some of the worst abilities in the game, worst mobility, one of the worst mobilities I should say, one of the worst ults, and like a broken blue beam. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I would like people to try and refute this in the comments below, but honestly, side note, I hate her in Stadium. I hate Mercy in Stadium. They should genuinely fucking ban her from Stadium because of how cancerous she is. Oh, she can just non-stop fly in the air with ability cooldown reductions, chuck on 100 HP converted into armor, and then just become literally unkillable unless you use a massive ultimate to kill her. I mean, she is so busted. Even with her nerfs, when people were like, oh my god, they nerfed Mercy, she's unplayable. She's not unplayable. She can pull out some of the most healing in a single round, hands down. Survive that entire round with maybe 1 or 2 deaths. It's like, I have seen so many Mercies that have been on like maybe 10 HP, and the second they fucking connect their yellow beam up to a target, straight back up to full HP with shields and with armor. And it's like, how is that balanced? I mean, if a Kiri is is out in the front line and she's in a bad position and gets one tapped, that's valid. But if a Mercy is straight up in the middle of a team fight doing a resurrect, all of a sudden she can do that, even though it's a bad play, she can do that, fly away, and live to tell the tale. It's just so dumb. I'd like to hear what everyone thinks about these takes, what you think should be changed to Mercy, because I genuinely believe that Mercy should be changed. She should have a complete and utter rework. Whatever they choose, Resurrect can stay in her build, but Blue Beam either has to go or it has to become a resource, because it is far too busted at this point in time. On one hand, I'm thinking, hey, maybe if she has Blue Beam for 5 seconds and then for every 100 HP she heals, she gets 1 second back. You know, something like that. But just to have infinite Blue Beam on a Pharah, on a Genji, fuck, on another support, you know, it's just too much. I would really like to hear what people like about this. Disagree or agree, let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll see you all in the next one.